Inside the Yoga Sutras, The Cosmic Drama, What You Perceive is What You Believe, by Reverend Jagannath Carrera. Everything begins in the mind. If you want to see clearly, you need clear vision. Sri Swami Satchidananda. Perception is reality is an adage understood by publicists and ad executives. They understand that, accurate or not, what we perceive to be true determines our responses. Imagine walking into a dimly lit room. As we look around, we notice a coiled shape in the corner. A snake! Our heart beats faster, breathing becomes agitated, adrenaline pours into the bloodstream. Our mind frantically searches for the proper course of action. Should we run, call 911, scream for help? Fear-based thoughts repeatedly interrupt reason. What if it's poisonous and I get bitten? Who will care for my children if I die? Then instinctively we reach for the light switch. Light has the power to disclose the mysteries written by the shadows. There is no snake. There never was. What we thought was a snake was nothing but a coiled piece of rope. Even though we were never in any danger, by falsely perceiving the rope for a snake, we experience the same thoughts, physiological responses, and actions as if there were a snake. Our perceptions of the coiled rope in our dim light became, for a while, our reality. Perceptions become the basis of belief systems, and belief systems, regardless of how subtle and sophisticated, are like filters that allow certain bits of information to pass through while blocking others. We might believe that there is a loving, merciful God, that human nature is intrinsically good, and that the purpose of life is to serve others, that angels exist, that the policy of our own political party is best for our country, that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, that virtue is its own reward, and that a penny saved is a penny earned. But what elements of truth might these beliefs be filtering? Are these beliefs only partially true? Could they be completely false? How many coiled up ropes does our belief system contain? Examine the realities that define your life. How have assumptions, past experiences, hopes, and fears sculpted your universe? Do you see a dog-eat-dog world, or does life resemble a bowl of cherries, a rat race, or a bed of roses? The world a dangerous place, or a Garden of Eden? If you wake up every morning and find that you are in the midst of a rat race, large rushing rodents will populate your world. It follows that if you perceive the planet as choked with cutthroat activities, it will be necessary for you to look out for number one and to watch your back. Life will be a stressful experience. On the other hand, if you see a Garden of Eden outside your window, contentment and joy will surround you. For most of us, life involves swinging from a measure of contentment and security to sadness, restlessness, and fear. Our experience of life depends on how we perceive the happenings of the moment. In everything, and if everything seems to be proceeding according to our plans, we see sunshine and heaven. If our plans do not happen to match what life allows, existence can take on some hellish hues. Swinging back and forth from heavenly to hellish experience is in itself suffering. We cling to pleasurable experiences while trying to escape the painful ones. Those who tire of that relentless, unpredictable ups and downs of life comprise the majority of spiritual seekers. Others are drawn to spiritual life because they are dissatisfied or disillusioned with at least some aspects of life. Regardless of the specific reasons, the first step toward spiritual life are often motivated by some measure of discontent, insecurity, or restlessness. Thorny questions follow this agitation. Is there something more to life? Something deeper and more fulfilling? What is the true nature of life? And is there any purpose or meaning to it all? Do we have to suffer? Why are we born? How and where does God fit in all of this? Does God even exist? The answer to these questions and more can be found in the Yoga Sutras. The teachings and practices of the Yoga Sutras are based on 3 principles. 1, suffering is not caused by outside forces, but by faulty and limited perceptions of life and who we are. Our basic misperception gives rise to endless cravings for sense satisfaction. Since everything in the universe is constantly changing, nothing in nature is capable of bringing lasting fulfillment. 2, the unwavering peace we seek is realized by experiencing the unlimited and eternal peace that is our true identity. Though obscured by ignorance, it exists within us, waiting to be revealed. This experience is enlightenment, self-realization. And 3, self-realization is attained by mastering the mind. Just as only a clean, undistorted mirror can reflect our face as it truly is, only a one-pointed and tranquil mind can part the veils of ignorance to reveal and reflect the self. The effort to free the mind from ignorance and the limitations of ignorance is a drama that has been repeated since time immemorial. The foundation of this drama is summarized in 3 basic precepts: Purusha, Prakriti, and Avidya. Purusha, pure, unbounded consciousness, the indwelling God, self, seer spirit. The experience of Purusha as our true identity is enlightenment or self-realization. The direct experience of Purusha provides the ultimate quest. Prakriti, undifferentiated matter, nature. Prakriti is the setting for this epic. Due to ignorance, Prakriti may sometimes seem to behave like an obstacle, obscuring our experience of the Purusha. In reality, it provides us with the challenges and the lessons that lead to self-realization. In doing so, Prakriti helps to uncover our hidden strengths and weaknesses. And Avidya, spiritual ignorance. Every hero has a weakness. Superman has kryptonite, Achilles' heel. In this epic, Avidya, ignorance, obstructs the experience of our true identity. It is the fundamental confusion of the seer, Purusha, with the seen, Prakriti, regarding the impermanent as permanent, the impure as pure, the painful as pleasant, and the non-self as the self. Avidya is the cause of suffering, and the teachings of yoga point to the way of its removal. The only element missing in this saga is a hero or heroine. That role belongs to you, and there is no better guidebook than the Yoga Sutras.